Hello there. Welcome to the Two Soap channel. I'm Gabriella Brown, and back in 2003, when my two girls were babies, I started a business on my kitchen table, and my brand Two Soap has been in the marketplace ever since. I live an Orthodox Jewish life, and I'm a bubby to 3 grandbabies.
And there's all the hands.
I make videos about all my passions, which include clean businesses, personal growth, cooking, and growing arugula, lettuce, and Swiss chard in my kitchen. Join me by subscribing and clicking the notification bell so you won't miss any videos.
Doing a quick check on stock. Oh. Warm. So it's a week before Pesach, a week before Passover, and there's plenty of cremates. And I'm craving cremates so badly. It's always like this. I don't even really want it, but just because I know I can't have it, it makes me crave it all the more. Oh, there's that cupcake.
Just keeping an eye out on the meat market. You know, meat for Jews in some places is almost non-existent. There were times in the town that I live in now, years ago, 15 years ago, when you couldn't even get a kosher chicken. One time I visited and I was living in Texas and I brought chicken with me. I literally brought chicken with me for Shabbos because you couldn't get a chicken there. It was that bad. So I'm used to meat shortages, and I've lived in 5 out-of-town communities, and the meat is not always substantial. Sometimes you can get ground beef and chicken, and that's it. Sometimes there's a steak, sometimes there's lunch meat, and there's usually a small section. This is actually larger than most, and we're fully stocked now for Passover. Baruch Hashem, thank God we have what we need. But as far as price goes, we've been paying a fortune for kosher meat for the longest time. It's always twice as much. It's one of the gripes that people have when they become religious, that the meat and the cost is so high, but that's just the way it is. It naturally causes one to eat less meat, just eat less food, period, and that is always a good thing. The Rambam has written that it's not what the food is, it's how much one consumes. Even overeating healthy foods is harmful to the body. It's overeating that is the greatest cause of sickness. So you can see from what I just showed you, and today is Friday, it's Erev Shabbos, April 9th, and you can see that there is plenty of meat, even kosher meat. There was always plenty of meat in Texas. I will say, of all the communities I've lived in, I lived in 5 different communities, Texas had the best meat selection. Atlanta had a very good one as well. They had some really good choices of meat, some things you don't ever see here. So there's plenty of meat here, but I think the real issue is distribution. So if you live in an area that doesn't have good food distribution, and if you live in an area that doesn't have local growing, that's going to be a major issue. If things really do hit the fan like people say, and I think the hitting the fan is this. The hitting of the fan will be the stark realization that local is best. Local is best. If you have local producers, you don't have to worry about distribution because it's already there. It's local.
People are not considering that there are local producers of things. There are local producers on Etsy selling. I can't find horseradish here, but you know what? There's a horseradish farm who sells on Etsy. So it is about distribution. It's about finding producers that live near you. It's seeking out other options other than the standardized going to the grocery store and shopping there. There are other ways to buy products. I'm a perfect example. My brand tooth soap is a perfect example. The old way of buying toothpaste was just that. Oral care was toothpaste. You went to the store, you bought a tube of toothpaste. I broke the mold. I just shattered it. And I said, you know what? You're going to buy your oral care online now. And you're not going to have fluoride in it anymore. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we did. And we're still doing it. So if you would like oral care without fluoride, for whatever reason, maybe you're concerned it's a neurotoxin. Do you have nausea after you brush your teeth? That's because fluoride is a neurotoxin and it causes nausea. That was my issue. I used to get nauseous after brushing my teeth, and for decades I thought, oh, it must be the peppermint. I must become sick from peppermint, which doesn't make sense because peppermint is used as a natural substance to take away nausea. So it's good for your digestive system. So once I figured out that fluoride was the culprit, then I stopped using fluoride, and I haven't had a stomach ache since. I don't get stomach aches anymore when I brush my teeth. So back to local. You need to find local producers. Shop at your farmers markets. I'm telling you, there are other sources of meat. And I think this is great because the way it's being set up, it's set up to make you think that the only place you can get food is a big chain that is part of that whole distribution network, when in fact there are other sources, other products, other producers, and that is what I suggest that you do. You seek out those other producers and you will get what you need. And you might have to change. You might have to change to something that is not exactly what you like, but you'll get used to it, just like you got used to all of the stuff you're consuming now, whether it's food or personal care products. So that is my tip for today, is to start seeking out other producers. I'll give you an example. Meat-wise, we know of someone here who buys a cow once in a while, and we all want to pitch in and buy a cow and split it up. That's a way to buy your meat too. There are other ways to do this. So don't freak out. Be resourceful and tap into your local market.
If you are concerned about preserving meat for the future, join me when I can up some brisket that I'm making for Passover. I've already put the dishes through the mikveh, and I'll put that link below, or it should be attached to this video. I went to a natural stream, then I am ready to use these jars to can about 24 jars of meat for the future. This will be kosher LePesach, just because my kitchen will be kosher for Passover as I do this. If you enjoyed this video and would like more videos like this, please subscribe, comment below, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos.